What's going on, y'all? Ratchet Davo here for another video. And yesterday I asked my Instagram followers on my story to ask me questions, and I told them I would answer them rather than answering them on the Instagram story. I answered them here in this video, so that's what I'm gonna do. Hopefully I can remember all the questions. And I don't remember all the usernames. I apologize, but if you recognize your question, you know, leave a comment below. And yeah, all right. I remember one question. My buddy James asked me, would I ever own a Ducati? Why or why not? And first of all, yes, Ducatis are very sick, very good looking motorcycles. And why I like Ducatis, I think mainly for like the uniqueness and just the design and the attention to detail that Ducati has put into their motorcycles. It's something really cool. And if you don't know, Ducati designed, instead of a V-twin like an SV650 or a Harley or something of that nature, they have a twin cylinder motorcycle, but it's called an L-twin, and the design is really unique. You got to look it up, but it's what gives Ducati such the unique sound that they have. I also like them because of the diversity and how they design in their motorcycles, and they have the super bikes, and then they have the hyper nakeds, kind of like my SD, and they have just such different styles that I don't know, it's pretty awesome, and I love Ducati for it. So they kind of meet so many different styles of motorcycle, and yet they're such high quality. So for me, it's a yes. I would definitely own a Ducati, and I really like the 899 Ducati in white and red, and I posted on my Instagram that I really would love for that to be my next motorcycle. We'll see as time goes on. I feel like maybe a negative to the Ducati that would deter me from getting one is the price point. And Ducatis are like, you can find a used Ducati for a reasonable price, but if you want a brand new Ducati, it's gonna cost you. But you know, you pay for a very quality motorcycle. Another follower of mine asked what was my favorite car. Dang, bro, I'm going a little over speed limit. That guy's in that minivan getting it. It's that quarantine time. Everybody's just hauling ass around during the quarantine. Another follower asked what my favorite car was, and I kind of categorized my favorite car into two different categories. It's like the older 90s and below, and then the 2000s and above. So I have like my favorite older car, my favorite newer model, and then like an all-time favorite. But I would say, honestly, my favorite older car is one that I've owned. I'll probably put a picture in the video, but it's my 1991 300ZX slick top 2-seater track car that I had. The Z32s, the 300ZXs in the 90s, by far one of my favorite body styles. Just love that car. And I've had 5 300ZXs in my lifetime, and now I have the 370, which I'll talk about the 370 in a minute and give an update on that, because somebody else was asking about it. Let's see. My favorite newer car, gosh, it's so hard to like, there's so many, and I don't want to be cliche and like make it all Nissan, but I'm a Nissan guy. Like, I'm a JDM guy, no doubt about it. Like, I love Supras, I love GTRs, I love Skylines. It's just, I know GTRs and Skylines are similar, but the R35, it's not a Skyline, so that's why I said that differently. Anyways, a lot of you on the channel are probably here for motorcycle content. You probably didn't know that, because I haven't posted much car content lately, but I'm a huge car guy. I love the car scene. I started, you know, at a very young age in the car scene. I went to automotive school specifically for motorsports, and I traveled the country with a race team, with several different race teams on several different pro levels and everything. I've done personal track days, but I was a mechanic and a pit crew and all that when I traveled with the pro teams. So very cool experiences, but I don't know. I really would love to see myself own like an R35 as a daily driver one day. That's so typical. I can't believe I just said that. So many YouTubers do that, and then they move on to something else. And there I was saying I love to be different, and then I would get a GTR. I don't know. There's just something that appeals to me about it, but the money that I make, I hardly think I will ever own an R35. So realistically, I love an Audi, a nice looking Audi. I honestly I've owned an Audi A4, like a 2000, and I love the body style, and I would totally do it again. But like an A5 or an RS5 Audi, great looking cars, good sounding V8s, all that mess. Let's see. Oh, a buddy of mine asked me, when am I going to finish the 370? With a little bit more jokes in that comment, but that is a good topic to talk about. My 370 has kind of been in like a holding pattern, just been at a standstill for a little bit, but the 370 content is coming soon. The quarantine crap really messed up my plans for the 370. I was about to take the engine block, the 6.0 LS engine block, to the engine shop, and then the quarantine happened, and the safe at home, stay at home crap. So unfortunately, I have not been able to take the engine block and get that all started. I'm also saving for a house, and that's just going to take a while. But as soon as I have my own garage and can put the 370 back in my own garage rather than somebody else's, the progress is going to pick up. I promise you that. So the 370 content is coming. I plan on making an update video showing you the LS and the progress I've made on tearing it down and everything like that, and my plans and budget and all that, blah, blah, blah. The LS swap on the 370 has been done, but not many times. So it's kind of like, it's going to, like the swap kit and stuff costs just a little bit more, but I'll talk about that in a separate video. A good friend of mine, I'm actually going to meet him right now. He's a really awesome photographer and filmer, videographer. We're going to make some really cool content for my channel. I'm excited to share the content that he's going to create. I have some really cool ideas for some videos and content and stuff, and he's going to help me out with that. So shout out to Drew Rot Video. Find him on Instagram. I'll link his Instagram down below. But he asked me if I would ever do, I think he meant to say the Cannonball Run, which if you don't know about the Cannonball, it's something you really need to look up. It's something very unique, very cool. But the Cannonball is basically a point A to B, how fast can you get there kind of event. But there's record holders, and the record holders are people that have been able to get from New York City to Los Angeles in a certain amount of time. And somebody just set the record in 2019 actually in a Mercedes. But it's really cool. It's very challenging the way they modified the car to go long distances. Anyways, the event is really cool, trying to get from New York City to LA as fast as you can. But my buddy asked if I would do it on a motorcycle, and I actually started thinking about what it would take to do the Cannonball on a motorcycle. And I think it would be really challenging. I think the hardest part would be trying to figure out what bike you would want, because I would not do a Cannonball on this bike because I'm sitting at 5,000 RPMs almost at 70 miles an hour, and there's no way I would do it on this because fuel and stopping for fuel and having to refuel, I feel like it's the most time-consuming part of that trip. So, continuing with the Cannonball, the fuel and stopping for fuel, like I said, is the most time-consuming part of that trip. And on a motorcycle with the smaller fuel tanks, I was like, man, that would be really difficult. But you could probably maintain a higher speed for longer, depending on the motorcycle that you're on. Now, they had a top speed of like, I think 192 or something around there, and an average speed of like 110, including stops. So they were going, I'm sure they were averaging, which with a Mercedes, the gearbox could have been like a 7-speed automatic. So honestly, I think it would take a lot of customization on a motorcycle, but I definitely think a sport bike with a high top speed would definitely be the way to go. But comfort is also an issue. Is you're riding on a sport bike for 28 hours or 30 hours or whatever straight, hauling ass. That's going to be very taxing on the body. I would totally want to try it. Honestly, I'd want to try it in a car more than a motorcycle, but I think the motorcycle would bring very interesting challenge to the table. And I don't know, that's a really cool idea. I would totally do it. I totally want to try it. Obviously very illegal, but maybe someday I'll be able to try that challenge, because I definitely want to, and I definitely want to plan it out and try it with some friends. So it'd be a really cool road trip. I want to make my way out west. I've never made it all the way to California, out west, but I've been to like Texas and New Mexico and out that far, but not quite California. So it'd be really cool to make it out that way. Those were the main questions that came in. And yeah, I had a couple buddies give me some positive encouragement, and very much appreciated, and thank you for the support of the channel. I know my channel is small, but I'm trying to put out a lot more content this year, and grow my channel. It's just a big goal of mine to really grow my channel into something this year. So my goal is to hit, if possible, 100 subscribers, and in the next few months. I'm at 87 subscribers, so if you have not subscribed, I would appreciate if you would consider doing that. If you like this video, let me know. I'll be doing more polls on Instagram and stuff like that. I enjoy riding and doing the motovlogs, so I want to continue to do that. But I really do appreciate everybody who's watched the video and subscribed. If you want to see more videos like this or ask questions, leave a comment down below. In the future, I'm going to try to make it more official and add people's usernames and everything, give them a shout out on the channel. Just for this one, I was trying it out, see how many questions were going to be asked and everything like that. So once again, thank you for watching. If you want to see more videos like this, subscribe. There's a lot more content coming. I'm really excited about it. So thank y'all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.